Welcome, my sister. How are you doing today? It's a glorious day. We are alive and breathing. Life is a gift and a blessing. Amen to that. So, I wanted to share with you today, get right to it, a 7-step strategy for fat loss. Yes, so if you're interested in a 7-step strategy for fat loss, stick around. Okay, so welcome to Fit and Fueled by Faith with your host, Stacey Ziegler. That is me. And I share everything from faith to fitness and everything in between. So I know I think I mentioned in the past that I want to do some series and more talks on fitness. So this definitely pertains to fitness and health with weight loss or fat loss, however you want to call it. So let's get right to it. So I don't have that much time, but I'll go over these 7 steps really quick. And you could always do a little more investigation. You can Google everything. If there's something that piques your interest that you want to know more information about, my goal is to, in the future, is to kind of break down these 7 and talk a little bit more detailed on each one. So today, my goal is just to really give you just the 7 steps, give you an idea what it's going to take to lose fat in an efficient way that's not an overnight outcome, which I know we'd all like to have overnight outcome, right? But, that's going to take time, patience, work, and effort to make your goals a reality. But this is what life's about, right? It's doing things and knowing how everything works versus trying to rush and do something quickly. And maybe you think you get some results, but then they go away and you gain the weight back with some more. There's no quick exercises or diets that are going to have you lose weight and then keep it off permanently. I mean, yes, you can lose 10 pounds by doing some, weird diet or something, or popping some pill or something, but you're going to lose water weight and you're going to lose muscle. And then, or maybe you have to deprive yourself from eating certain foods. And then what happens when you go back to eating those things that you enjoy? You're going to gain the weight back. So this is a strategy that you can use every day. I know it's spring and you might be working on your body or your health to look and feel better for the summertime. And my philosophy is, granted, people tend to want to do things more when it's like, ooh, summer's coming around. I want to look good and feel good in my clothes. But it's 24/7, my friends, 365 days body that you want, not just a summer bod that you hear people promote. They'll these quick schemes like, get the summer body that you want by doing this and that. No. So I'm going to give you some realistic tips that you can help. It's going to help you to slowly lose the fat and keep it off for good. Who doesn't want to do that? Lose the weight and keep it off for good instead of having it come back. Okay. So let's get right to it. So number 1 is you need to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, so if you want to know what calorie deficit, you can look it up. Calorie deficit means is that you need to eat less calories than what you are burning. Okay, so say you eat 2,500 calories. Okay, and your body only needs 2,000 calories. That extra 500 calories that you're eating, it gets stored as fat. Because your body can only expend or burn a certain amount of calories depending on your activity level, right? So if you overeat, unfortunately, those calories get stored as fat in your hips, your thighs, your midsection, you name it, wherever. And of course, we don't like that. So I always joke around saying that, if I don't have something on me for a snack or I'm hungry, okay, pinch my belly. I'm like, okay, there you go. I got some stored nuts. So think of that extra fat that's lingering around that you don't like, that is extra fat. So if you're fasting, just think that you got food. It's in the form of fat that needs just to be released as energy. Okay, so, and it's recommended about 500 calories deficit, so right now I'm at a maintenance about 1,800 or so. So if I wanted to lose, some weight, that means if I have to minus 500, that means then I should be eating only 1,300 calories a day. Okay, so there's apps for this that'll help you to input like what your intake is. And remember, it varies. It could be off for 100, 200 calories. But usually you put your age and your weight and your activity level. And be honest with that, your activity level. I even try to go like moderate. Granted, I know I'm always active, but like let me find moderate. So that's like someone who exercises 3 to 5 times a week or so. Go a little less, so then you get the benefits. If you're like, oh no, I'm always active, and you put high, it's going to give you a lower number. So be real with yourself, okay? So that's that. And again, it varies depending on weight and your goal. You can lose a half pound to a pound a week, and it takes time. So you got to be patient. Patience is key, my friend. Okay, so number 2 is you need to up your protein intake. So I like to have 1 gram per protein, meaning, so say if I'm 125 pounds, my goal is to shoot for 125 grams of protein. And I know that could be tough, and I thought it was tough at first, but I have a smoothie that adds 25. My protein shake has 25, and then I've invested and I add egg white powder, so that gives me an extra like 10 or 15 grams of protein. So just in my smoothie, my shake, I probably get about 40 grams of protein. And then if you have lunch, you could have Greek yogurt, you could have cottage cheese. Of course, you get some protein in your dairy, cheese, nuts. But of course, be mindful, because with cheese and dairy and nuts and stuff also are high in fat too, and they're high calories. So you got to be careful and mindful. Again, so that's why Calorie app, going back to Calorie Deficit, will help you to keep track of what you're eating and how much you're eating. And I use an app called LifeSum, 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 and it breaks it down with your macros, your carbs, your fats, and your protein. So you could see whenever you put something in, okay, and it shows you this is how much protein you've had in each of those categories, or macros, I should say. So have fun with the Calorie app. At the beginning it can be frustrating because it is a lot of work, trying to put everything you eat. But once you get into the groove of it, like anything, a habit you got to create, it gets easier, because chances are you probably eat a lot of the same things. You could save your meals depending on what kind of plans you get in this and that. So it's just simple, quick, input your water intake. You ate this for lunch or breakfast or whatever. Or even now, the one I use, there's even a fasting calculator in there. So it can keep track if you're fasting, from 7 o'clock to say 11 o'clock the next day, whatever. So go have that. But yes, you need to eat the protein, okay? Because why? Number 3, strength training, okay? You got to add strength training, because when you are at a calorie deficit, doesn't matter, your goal is just to lose body fat, to burn fat. Unfortunately, we're going to lose water, we're going to lose muscle and fat. You can't say, just lose fat. So in order to not lose so much muscle, you need to maintain or gain by exercising, doing strength training. That means, yes, women, don't be afraid. It's not a scary thing. You're not going to bulk up. I've been exercising and doing strength training for years. I've gotten stronger without looking like freaking He-Man. You're not going to look like he-she or whatever. She-man, she-woman, whatever. But you're going to feel stronger and build that muscle mass. And that's why you need the protein, because your muscles need that protein in order to grow. So, if you're doing the weight training, but you're not getting the protein, again, it's canceling itself out. So that's why you need to do all these things. Calorie deficit, up your protein intake, and then strength training to maintain your muscle and grow muscle while you're trying to lose that extra belly fat or fat wherever in your body. Just right. For me, it's always the belly for me. It's trying to lose that little bit. Okay, number 4 is to move your body, walking, doing things and activities that you enjoy. Physical activity, getting your steps in, right? So it's recommended that adults do 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity exercise, or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise weekly. Okay? So take a look at what you're doing. How much movement are you incorporating in your day? So definitely I would think of doing 20 to 30 minutes of exercise every day. That could be go for a walk. It could be doing a strength training, a circuit. I did a hip kickboxing class this morning for 45 minutes, burned 300 calories, and then I'm walking now, right? I just did a walk, 20, 30 minute walk. And then I'm just active on my feet, always moving, dancing, put the music on, hop, skip, jump, you name it. Move your body, right? Get your steps in. They recommend, 10,000 steps? That is, I think, 10,000 steps, I think that's 5 miles. Okay. Next is rest. Getting a good night's sleep. I know I talked about this in a couple episodes in the past. So getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I get like my 9 hours of sleep. I feel rested, I feel rejuvenated and refreshed. And sleep is a good thing, my friends. Rest. You need to rest the body, the temple that God gave you, right? So we need to do all these things. We need to eat good. We need to eat healthy. We need to move our bodies. We need to rest our body, this temple. Okay? It's when you sleep, your body is able to digest and restore, repair, rejuvenate itself while it's sleep. Believe me, your body's doing so many beautiful things while you sleep. So utilize that rest. Okay? And then also you're fasting while you're sleeping. So how beautiful is that? You don't feel hungry because you're sleeping. Okay, and next one is we need to drink more water. So 80 to 20 ounces of water. Experts recommend that males consume 15.5 cups, that's 3.7 liters of water daily, and females 11.5 cups, 2.7 liters a day. Okay, sorry, I had to pause that. Let's pick up where we left off. And that was the water, right? So I said, recommended 15.5 cups, 3.7 liters of water daily for females, and 11.5 cups and 2.7 liters for women. Sorry, I was getting that backwards. So really, generally, you want to drink. I like to say, if you don't keep track of your water intake, just observe your urine. If your water is clear, or if it's clear, then you're good. You're hydrated. And if not, and there's a lot of color, or it's bright orange or yellow, then you need to drink some water because then you're dehydrated. So there's things that our body's always giving us signs. We just got to listen. We got to look. We got to see. Okay, so drink your water, my friends. And of course, you're going to drink more during different times of year and activities and things like that, weather conditions. So just drink water. I like to keep a glass of water, and I'm always taking water with me everywhere I go. I get my water in, so focus on your water. Number 7 is stress less, my friends. Stress less. Okay, so really that's it. Stress less. How do we stress less? I'm going to tell you this. When you find yourself stressed out, do something that makes you happy. So this is where you need to know, what are the things that light you up? What are the things that spark joy in your life? Right? You need to know those. So like if I'm mad or something or frustrated, I'll go outside, go for a walk, go for a run. I put the music on, dance it out, go exercise, work it out. And then I feel better after. I'm like, and of course you don't have to go that extreme if you don't want to exercise or you can't and you're at work or something. You could do breathing meditations. You could journal, write, say a prayer, or just think of happy thoughts. You are in control, my friends. So stress less, because stress is like the number one killer, right? So, yeah. And then did I tell you I had a bonus? A bonus for you. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for the bonus? Okay. The bonus is, so just let me do a recap just to make sure we have here. Okay. So again, the 7-step strategy for fat loss is a calorie deficit, right? Generally you want to be 500 or less, for, calorie deficit. 2, you want to uptake your protein intake. So like for me, I always like just to go whatever your weight is, so 125 pounds of protein intake. Okay. And there's so many different ways you can get protein in. We can discuss this later on another podcast. And 3, strength training. You got to work out. You got to build those muscles, keep them strong, because you're going to lose muscle as you lose weight. 4 is to get your body moving, whether it's through walking, physical activity, just move your body, move. Number 5 was to rest, get a good night's sleep, 7-9 hours of sleep. 6 was to hydrate more, right? Drink your water. And then 7 was to stress less and do things that make you happy. And number 8, bonus, is fasting Intermittent fasting is another way to help you lose weight. And so I know I've talked in the past about a book that I was reading. And so real quick, fast like a girl. There you go. Those are my tips, my friends. We'll talk more about it. Love you.